All right, hello friends, recording in progress. Starting here with my first final is what I'm calling it. It's essentially the first 10 slides of my presentation that I'm working on building called The Keys to Becoming Invincible. As I've operated in the past, would sit down and do this and walk away from it and come back and do all this stuff. And momentum is a challenge that I have. And with doing a ton of research on the 9th gene key, which is the grounding energy on the planet this week, it's also in my chart, both on my conscious and unconscious side. I believe Saturn. With that, it's an important theme in my life is invincibility and the energy or the acidic frequency of invincibility and what I'm working on walking into and embodying at the next level. And so I did a bunch of research on this last night, and primarily how I started was I read the 9th gene key. I actually have the audio recording if you're interested in that. I read the 9th gene key and then I listened to it, and then all of the ways that I embody it came through, and I was able to take those notes and really formulated what this presentation is. And so I believe even just the first presentation or the first slide is valuable. And so everything over that's a bonus. And I want this content to not live in the ethers that is my online desktop forever. I want this to live as actual content, living, breathing content. So what I'm working on creating after doing all of this research last night is, how do I make this simple, easy, and fun? How do I continue to build what I'm wanting to build in my own unique embodied way? Because the ways that I've seen it presented out there don't work for me, as I've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried so many times and there is no trying. It's not effective. It's not working. There's an inertia when it comes to me creating presentations. And this, what I tapped into last night and what I'm creating, has completely altered me. And so here I am starting newly, showing up differently, showing up newly. I've got a hanker here just a second. We may have he can feel my anxiety when I'm recording. And yeah, it's the whole thing. He'll be super chill, and then I start talking, and then he's like, oh. So I get worked up. So I'm gonna work on grounding my energy. Really being in this embodied space of stepping into who I am and what I'm creating. Okay, so with that, I'm going to show the presentation and walk through this. Hank distracted me there, so I may have forgotten something, and it is what it is. Phew. Okay, they're here. And there we go. Okay. The keys to becoming invincible, which is unable to be defeated, to be in power. That's what I see as invincible and what I got out of the Google definition. And what I want to give you is, if you do nothing more than make it this far, I want to leave you with 3 questions, which I believe will make a difference when it comes to you becoming invincible. Is this simple? Is there a simple step here? Is this at a simple step? I started these questions last night and it's changed me so much. Is this simple? No. Okay. Is there a simple step here? No. Okay. Is this at a simple step? Having these questions, asking them in whatever order that makes sense for you, is what I'm doing, which makes sense for me. And really see, when I look out even at my desk right now, is there a simple step here? Actually, yeah, I'm going to take this paperwork and stack it with this paperwork. And I'm going to move my coffee over here so I can see my coffee. I'm actually going to do this real time. Put the papers over here. Don't mind me. I'm going to have a much cleaner desk. More papers over here. Okay, that feels good. I actually want to light a candle. It's not this time. Bummer. So this is something that I could do next time, is light candle, do something like that. That would be simple. And I would like to do that. Not this time though. It's not simple. So no, I'm not going to. Is there a simple step here? Yeah, we did the simple steps. And now I am more present, more grounded. Now my coffee's in my right hand. So it's a simple step I can take. That's what I'm about to create, is this process of, is this simple? Okay. So leave you with that. There you go. Questions you can leave with that, run with that, write those down, play around with those. I live from this concept of one, in other words, lives the questions. And so if you live those questions, I believe those at the end of the day are the keys to becoming invincible. And with that, as I dig in further, I want to offer as much as I physically can here. The acidic frequency of the 9th gene key is invincible. If you're not familiar with that, how I would best define it or understand it is that all of life is on a spectrum of frequency, of emotion, of that, the energy, essentially. All of life is energy. And what we experience is directly connected and related to the energy that we have in our body. And so if we're in the space of inertia, we're in what's called the shadow frequency of this energy. We are in a determined space. We are in the gift frequency of this gene key, this type of energy. And if we are invincible, we're in what's called the acidic state, also can be looked at as heaven on earth frequency. We're in the highest frequency and really in this space of what we're all desiring to embody on the planet, as that is the space of harmony and life and all of that stuff. So we all desire to be whole and complete. We already are all whole and complete. And so there is a place where I'm coming from is that we all are already invincible. And my energetic experience on the planet, the disconnection between my head and my heart, could result in the experience of inertia, or if I'm in the gift state, the experience of being determined. When in reality, my whole state already is I'm invincible. You can't take that away from me. That's my birthright. I'm invincible. I'm unable to be defeated, and I am in power. That's always the case. It's just a matter of I'm in alignment with that in a way that I believe it and see it, or am I in alignment with that in a place of unawareness? So am I aware or am I not aware? I'm always invincible. And I will have an energetic experience in the shadow frequency, which is inertia, or in the gift frequency, which is determined. And how can I walk in alignment with invincibility as much as possible? So that's what I'm out to help us with here today. Okay, so I'm Jenna Michelle. I say I'm Jenna Michelle online. I am here and committed, determined, and devoted to my best. And my best, this is my genius, making it make sense. Taking that which is beyond comprehension and making it consumable. So are you here with me too? Let's declare that together, expand our present awareness, which is where invincibility lies. So I want to say this together. We are here. You hadn't said that to me yet. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to say, we are here. And if you're still there and you want to join us, I want to say it one more time. We are here. Okay, so we're here. And what are we committed to? What are we determined? What are we devoted to? That's what I want to have, that dialogue and discussion. This is a presentation that's just me recording. If this was a live masterclass, master conversation, we'd dig into that question together. And simply, what are we committed to? Since I'm talking to myself right now, I'm going to talk as if you're in full alignment and agreement with this. And if this was a masterclass or master conversation, we would have a dialogue and find a place that we're going to co-create what we're determined, what we're committed to, and what we're devoted to together. And that's something I want to do a ton. So if you're in the Magical Misfits group, this is a conversation I want to create together. Is what are we committed to? What are we determined to do? And what are we devoted to? Okay, with that, with our full presence, we partner and co-create invincibility. So with that, my best is committed to providing all I know, understand, and believe in the most simplistic way. I've created this presented conversation with the desire for you to embody the acidic state of invincibility always and in all ways. It is an experience beyond language, so my words will fall short. And I will give you my best and believe together we are invincible. Next slide. How did we do that? Oh, there we go. Okay, so where do we start? I will say I like to start, or I always start, is our beliefs. If you follow me, any of my content, methodology, route, I walk my unstoppable journey is what I used to call it. I'm working on formulating it. The unstoppable path, unstoppable journey, we'll see what gets created in the actual language, is the root of our beliefs. That's where we're starting. That's where we're stopped. Really, at the end of the day, we're always stopped in our beliefs. So where do we start? I believe we can't live beyond what we or another person believes. I believe there is a root core of what is at play. And I believe this is the root core of what's at play with our time together, our beliefs. That's all that there is. It's our beliefs. This is my belief. This is my belief, is all we are is our beliefs. Do you believe that or not? And all we can do is come together with those beliefs. That's what I operate from. That's the root core of my experience. You may believe something different, not a problem. We can come together and co-create that conversation and see if our beliefs are aligned and if they can work together. If they don't have alignment, they don't work together, then what's there is, I believe all we are is our beliefs. And if you believe something that we aren't, all we are is our beliefs. And I would love to hear your theory, as this is something I've been digging into for a long time and testing in all the directions. If you do not believe that is true, I would love to know what you believe, because I'd love to co-create with you. And I have this concept too of my truth plus your truth gets us closer to the truth. We come together and co-create something that's more cohesive, more resonant, more powerful. The thing is, I believe this fully. This is my truth. And if we're not able to co-create something together, if you believe something is opposite, then my alignment is this. And as a result, there would be a dissonance between our experiences. Not a problem. All that to say, that's where I want to start here, is our beliefs, because I want to go forth with creating this content. If we have dissonance and we don't actually address that dissonance first, we don't actually address our beliefs first, we're not going to actually go together, and we're not going to actually be invincible. We're going to be doing this thing. The thing is, I'm invincible, and I want you to be invincible too. And so if there is a fight or a duality or a up against, and whatever that is, I don't want that for you. And I believe you're invincible. You're going to get to where you're going to go. I can't change what's here for me unless we co-create another agreement, another truth, another thing together. If we don't co-create something together, then all we are is at odds. Because I'm, like I like to say, I'm number one narcissist. I believe my beliefs so really, truly, fully, wholly, completely. And I'm open to changing them when something makes more sense. In my genius, making it make sense, this is what makes sense to me. Help me have something make more sense. And then I will shift my beliefs. And as of today, creating this presentation, these are my beliefs and what I'm going to go forth with my beliefs as. It's, we can't live beyond what we believe. So if we're in agreement with that, that's at the root core of what's at play with our time together. And my root core belief is invincibility is simplicity. I'm open to change that. I'm open to making it make sense in a different way. And right now, when I look at all of the research and go into all the things that I've been discovering on the 9th gene key, the acidic frequency of invincibility, it is simplicity. Simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. Simplicity. That's what I'm gonna leave there. I'm gonna just share a little aside. I'm like, go with simplicity, Jenna, don't do this. And I need this for myself. Real life, whole life. My first TikTok, well, one of the first TikToks, the one that got 1 million views, it was ADHD secret sauce is simple, easy, and fun. And I've created this concept of self, simple, easy, love, and fun. So I've got simple, easy, fun. That just comes through, is really easy to say. Self, simple, easy, love, and fun. And that even doesn't feel simple. And so really getting back again to the concept of simplicity, where simple, easy, and fun, simple, easy, love, and fun, all of that still roots down to simplicity. It all comes back down to simplicity. So that's my belief. If that is not your belief, that's not a problem. And what do you believe? So, not a problem if you believe something different. What we want to do is inspect this to see, this is Jenna's beliefs. What are your beliefs? Now imagine invincibility. What does it look like to you? Collect as many words, pictures, everything as possible, and take a moment to do that, or just take a moment to look out and think of a picture, look out in your mind's eye and think of a picture. Imagine invincibility. What is the essence? We'll give you a minute to do that. Imagine invincibility. All right, if you need more time, pause this. I'm actually wanting to create an exercise where I would essentially create a lock screen on my phone when it comes to invincibility and living inside of that, and creating a lock screen for each gene key, because that's what we're rooting in this week. So that's what I'm gonna do there. Okay, so we've got Jenna shared what she believes. You collected what you believe. Now, do we have alignment? Are we headed in the same direction? Does your picture of invincibility line up with mine? Could the words and pictures you selected also be used for the definition of simplicity? Alignment is always our key. Are we headed in the same direction? Let's go for a test drive. Okay, we're going to say this. My computer's also dying. I think I can get through the end of this. We're going to say this together, and I want you to see what shows up. I'm invincible. I am in power and undefeatable. I am an unstoppable force. My beliefs are simple and radically aligned to my true self, pure power and potential. Do we believe this? I believe this with every ounce and fiber of my being. Do you believe this? We all have a prior context. Where are we looking? If you read that and you're having some dissonance or you're trying to figure it out and there's not a yes, like yes, I'm invincible, I'm in power, undefeatable, I'm an unstoppable force, whatever can show up, like you're just so excited you could just talk about it for forever. I know I am, I'll talk about it forever, I'm so excited. If that doesn't come through as a resonance, powerful force of who you are, knowing you're undefeatable, knowing you're unstoppable, knowing you're invincible, not even just I am, it's I know I am. I know I am. If you are not able to say that, it's not a problem. What we want to do is figure out where we're looking. There's 3 ways we can be looking as we're going and getting onto this car and test driving and heading forward. You can be looking in the rearview mirror like that lady is, and kind of have 1 or 2 ways you're looking in the rearview mirror. You're looking in the rearview mirror to see what's behind you because you're worried about your past. You could be seeing what is in front of you, or essentially your face, what is in front of you, looking at you. It's really the dualistic brain that we get trapped in with the mirror. We can look at ourselves and doubt ourselves. We can look behind us and see what's all there and look what our past is and collect data from our past. Or we can inspect our mirror and say, okay, that's my past. Look at ourselves, say, this is what I look like. Okay, we got this. And there's a 3rd view I get to run forward with, which is the view that I'm invincible. I can look out and see that I'm invincible. So with that, that's what I want to have us looking. That's where I want to have us looking. Yes, you can look at yourself in the mirror. You can look behind, not a problem. Those are all necessary and good, part of driving. And how much do we want to look forth and look forward? So, do we have drive? Do we have the ambition, the energy, the connection, the concentration, the desire, all the things to get in the car and look out? We have such drive that I don't even need to look behind me. I don't even look into myself. There's such drive to go forth. If we have drive, we are clear on where we're looking and the direction we're driving. We're headed somewhere. We want to go somewhere. The thing is, what can often show up there is, why are we driving? Are we driven by something that we desire? Or is it like trying to get away from something? Like we're driving really fast because what we saw in the rearview mirror, we're trying to get away from it. Or are we actually driving clear and in a position of invincibility? Because there, what shows up there, the concept of invincibility. I'm going to drive and I'm not getting pulled over, or I'm going to drive because I'm getting pulled over. There's a big distinction there. And so do we know how to drive? That's what I want to also say. We are in the car. We know where we're looking. Do we actually know the direction of our drive? That right there is the awareness I want to expand in, because which position is our car in? Are we in drive? Are we in neutral? Are we in reverse? Where do you want to be? That's one of the key questions. Do we have drive? Our prior context, all that we know, all that we've done, all that we've got has been, yeah, put it in drive, let's go. That's what invincibility has meant for me, and that's what I've understood invincibility to be. The shift here, and what I want to lean into and help us expand into, the key to becoming invincible is actually to have the car in neutral. Because in drive, we definitely want to put in drive. We want to head in a direction. And in neutral, are we actually in the place of neutrality outside of duality and able to actually choose where we're driving? We actually have freedom and choice and are ready to move forth in a forward direction in true north, which I'll get into soon or probably tomorrow, and move forth in a direction. If we are not clear on the drive, the direction of our drive, we should not be putting it in drive. We should be neutral. So I want to get into the direction of our drive. Regardless, if by chance you are driving away or running away or moving away, and because of what you see back there, maybe that I am powerful, I'm invincible, all of this force to move forward, if you're not able to stop and be in neutral, the energetic hook that you have there is duality, and it's actually reverse, because you're actually looking behind you and you've got your car in reverse because that's where your vision is. And when that happens, you end up going in a loop. I need to find this and like prove it. I believe if your car's in reverse and you just hit the gas, I believe it eventually goes in like a circle, where if you put your car in drive and you hit the gas, you'll go in a direction. It just might not be where you want to head. Our goal is to keep us in true north. And when life takes us off of true north, we still feel like we're on the road and we're not in a ditch. That's my desire with all of this, is how do we create an environment, a supportive environment, so when we're not headed true north, we still feel like we're on the road. We know how to drive. We know the position our car is in. We know we can put it in neutral. We can figure out, do I need to reverse, back it up and look, inspect what's back there? And it is what it is. Reversing isn't bad. Do we need to stop in order to look backwards and clear up the reverse that's informing the direction I'm driving? Or do I need to put it neutral, check things out? Nope, we're clear, nothing's here, and go into drive. Examining my beliefs and knowing what I have that's driving me. I'm going to sneeze here in a second. We want to get really good at neutral. This is the most powerful place to be. And I believe invincibility is simplicity. And I also believe invincibility is proof. Another one. So with that, the process of neutrality is going to give us the space for simplicity. And so I think this is the end for today. Yep, this is the end for today. And I want to take us back to our first slide, which is the keys to becoming invincible. The questions of, is this simple? Is there a simple step here? Is this a simple step? That almost is too complex. So I'm going to go with the one question. So funny, because I've always done threes, is like, so people have choice. I'm really discovering the power of one, the simplicity of one. The key to becoming invincible is to have one. So with this, what is my question? I'm going to have to sit with that. I'm going to invite you into doing that today. What is your one simple, easy, fun, simple, easy, love, fun, simple, easy question that you want to have as a question you live into? One, in other words, lives the question. You are living inside of a question. You may not know that you are, and you are. So that is simply what's there. At least that's my belief. You may not align with that. And I believe with what I've got, what I've created and discovered, is the question is what gives us our space to discover what's inside of us, to actually align us for a true self, purpose, and spirit. So that's what I got for day one. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And I'm going to be creating my own simple question for the day of y'all.